Hello there, Site-42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site-42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over a year and 4 months and counting, because that's right, the daily stream streak remains strong. I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next approximately 45 minutes for today's coffee break. But before I get into today's stream subject, allow me to start with a little bit of housekeeping. First and foremost, it's Mamori. Mamori, congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Alongside you, Eli, Redfail Hawk, Sleepless Dragon, Amber, Legendary Doge, Aoki, Dr. Frogman. Everyone who I've just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site-42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, interns Hunter Mark, New Philosopher, Indigo, Malachi, That One, Real Risker, Mr. Ant, Hi, Artist Rain, Jan, NB, Elias, Musical Sand, 100 Stars, and Mushraki. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being here punctually, interns. And thank you for being here today, just for being you. Now, as someone noticed, what do you mean, paid partnership? Well, yes, of course, Site-42 is sponsored by Site-42 today. Reminder that if you go to our Patreon or YouTube channel memberships to donate to us monthly, or you do Ko-Fi or YouTube Super Chat donations to the stream, you are helping us to keep the lights on around here at Site-42, not just for myself, but for the rest of the Site-42 staff, as well as the pets of interest. You are also, in the future, funding our future field missions and other projects that we are attempting to get off the ground. And so we thank you very much if you are of the moneyed individuals who have the generosity to donate to Site-42. And if you are a broke bitch, which, trust me, as an arts community, I don't mean that negatively, we understand starving artists. You can still help us out as a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. When you watch our streams, like, share, subscribe, comment, chat on our streams and videos. Make fan art, memes, shitposts, edits, out-of-context compilations. And don't do it just for us, but do it for the SCP projects we support. The SCP Wiki with its authors and artists, SCP filmmakers, game devs, animators, merch makers, etc. Did you know that on August 25th, friends of the channel, YouTubers Dark Math Films are kickstarting their second episode of their live-action SCP series, SCP Academy. If you didn't know about that, now you know. And you know that the money team and the engagement team will be necessary to get this off the ground. Look forward to it. And we thank you for your generosity of finances or effort, whichever you are able to help with. Now, before I get to donations and general Q&A, allow me to talk about today's stream subject. Site security is currently on the lookout for some shenaniganery, some tomfoolery, some chicanery that has taken place in the North Athletic Field. There are several instances of SCP-2035 roaming the field, eating the grass or each other, pretending to pump gasoline into non-existent cars. It's all very perplexing, and I am looking for whoever done it. Before I continue in the stream subject, Puppy of Interest 42 has come to say hello. I will not disappoint her by not letting her say hello to you all. Puppy of Interest 42, I'm in the middle of some very important disciplinary matters for the Site-42 Containment Hazard Assessment Team. You are quite adorable, and they do need to say hello to you. But I am busy right now with Site Director business. Whoever released the 2035s into the athletic field must be punished for their crimes. Their containment breach-related crimes. But you still get a treat from the chat. Good baby. Now be free. Now, for those of you unaware, SCP-2035 is a series of, if you're familiar from your childhoods, those little pills that are actually interior sponges. And when you put them in water, they grow into dinosaurs or other animals. Well, SCP-2035, codename Instant Animals, is currently, or used to be, 144 of those little pills, except they are not pills, they are miniature, desiccated, fetal animals. They are teensy-tiny fetal animals. And when you put them in water, they will grow into living animals. Now, they are biologically non-anomalous animals, but their mental capacity is a bit weird. For instance, the animals that are spawned from these grown fetuses, mini fetuses even, they are often catatonic, or they engage in sedentary behavior, such as lynxes or alligators just being very lethargic instead of active. They might spawn with a significant lack of spatial awareness, causing them to comedically run into walls. And they frequently pantomime typically human activities, such as opening and closing doors and containers, dressing and undressing, and the apparent serving and consuming of beverages in cups. Now, this is even more particularly strange in simian subjects of the anomaly. When the monkeys, so to speak, are actively grown from the mini fetuses of the mini monkey fetuses, they will greet each other with handshakes, bows, curtsies, and friendly hugging. They will stand face to face, foreheads pressed together, motionless, for periods of up to 2 to 5 hours. They pretend to pump gasoline into a vehicle, including use of a credit card for payment. They walk upright in oblong elliptical patterns for periods of 30 to 40 minutes. And if among 4 or more subjects are there, they will partake in grooming, dressing, and hand gestures, leading up to an event resembling an attempted murder of one subject by one or more of the others. Especially, don't spawn the monkey subjects. And so, whoever put the 2035s in the North Athletic Field and put water on them, we're on to you. We will find you, and the commissary will make use of any of these animals that are not claimed as pets in the next 24 hours. So please, if you are in need of a site pet, and it's not too badly brain damaged, please report to the North Athletic Field and choose your online pet or your on-site pet from the available animals. We will not be making any more instances because we're already wasting these. So we put them back in their boxes. But the ones that are already active, if you intend to care for them and feed them, you may keep them as a site pet. As long as they are not destructive to site business. Alright. So, we now have the site news of the day. We are currently going to find the perpetrator. You cannot hide from us within the Foundation. Now, I will check in on the donations that have come in during my introduction and stream subject, at which point we will have general Q&A for the next 30 minutes. Starting with a Ko-Fi notification that I don't want to forget exists. Kitty Fly, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member, and thank you for making the effort to donate through the Ko-Fi, which only takes 3% of your donation as a service charge, while YouTube Super Chats actually take 30% of your donation for YouTube itself. So especially on larger donations, we greatly appreciate making the effort to go to the Ko-Fi. Please grab yourself a minced meat pie on your way past the commissary. What does SCP-999 smell like for you? It's a scent of milkweed flowers for me. For me, it smells like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. As a Florida man, everything I do tends to have a beachy vibe to it. Question. How do normal folks not see this in YouTube? Intern Mushraki, you must have undergone some amnestic treatment, let me remind you. This broadcast, due to our agreements with YouTube's parent company, Google's parent company, Alphabet, we run these streams and broadcasts only through negotiated back channels that algorithmically target only SCP Foundation staff members. No one is getting a breach of information here. If you're here, it's because you're supposed to be here. Even if you've forgotten that you work here because you're under amnestic treatment, you're still a Foundation employee, you're welcome. Next up, Sigma Ohio. Intern Sigma Ohio. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Please grab yourself a cronut on your way past the commissary. Let's see what entity we are talking about today, and hopefully I can challenge them to a fight, troll edge, or, well, endless variants of them anyway. Well, I do not believe the animals that were spawned on the North Lawn will take a lot of care regarding fighting some world-ending, narrative-bending entity like you often talk about, Intern Sigma Ohio. But you can still feel free to head to the North Athletic Lawn and try to put one of those entities in battle with your uber gods, whatever. At the end of the day, we don't need them on site unsupervised. Dr. Frogman, thank you for sending a treat to the chat. I'm sure the Containment Hazard Assessment team appreciates it. Oswald, it's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. And thank you for sending chat a treat. I'm sure they appreciate it. Coolman Fight, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a quiche on your way past the commissary, but only if you feel like you have the responsibility to take care of it. Hello, Dr. Sherman. How'd the SCP Foundation deal with a Minecraft ancient city, therefore the warden that spawn in the ancient cities? I don't know. Do these warden... So, the way we would deal with it is we would cordon off the city. We would surround the area. We would make sure no one gets in or out. Then we would be sending Mobile Task Force in to study, protect the researchers studying the situation. So, yes, we would have to cordon off the area, secure it, so that people cannot get in. Oh, she's just waiting there so nicely. I guess we can say hello to Puppy of Interest 42 one more time. She is here, and she wants her belly rubs. The sweetest pumpkin at Site 42 is here for attention with her pretty, pretty new birthday necklace. And one more treat, but only if you can get tall. Ooh, maybe I let you be too tall. There you go, you little crocodillo. Good baby girl. Good baby girl. All right, back to the briefing. Back to the briefing. We need a Charlie emote soon. Dr. Frogman, I do not disagree with you. I think a Charlie emote would be adorable. As a reminder, we are currently... Let's see how many memberships we are from the next emoji allowed. We are 12 more members from the next emoji allowed by YouTube. So if we can get 12 more members, we can get more emojis. And if someone makes a Charlie one, then we can do that next. You guys have emojis? Yes, Journey of Games. Custom emotes are for channel members. Intern Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say. I bet it's either Bob or Jeff. It's one of those guys. Someone named one of those names, I swear. Oh, well, we will certainly investigate some Bobs and or Jeffs on the site staff to see who loosed those 2035 instances on the North Athletic Lawn. Thank you for the tip. Blue Phantom, thank you for your 6 months as a Mobile Task Force Captain here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Dr. Sherm on break, and SCP-999 stole an intern soda again. Intern stopped leaving our sodas unattended. Also, I summon Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, and how's Death's Day? So, yes, please box up 999 until it stops bouncing off the walls. Please stop leaving your soda pops unattended. Puppy of Interest 42 was just here, so I guess you succeeded, and I'm sure Desk is doing okay. Black Phoenix, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Twinkie on your way past the commissary. You did not send enough to send a message, so simply thank you for your generosity. Coolman Fight, thank you for donating again to say. Did SCP-2035 spawn any Sniders? Because we cannot handle any more Sniders. We have too many Sniders in storage already, and we have learned all the things about the Sniders already. No, the animals typically spawned by 2035 are standard issue animals, not your scary, scary hybrids. Mamori, thank you for gifting a promotion to the Site 42 staff. That way we can get closer to that Charlie emote. Thank you for your generosity, and if you receive that membership, make sure to thank Mamori for said generosity. Dr. Sherman, should we start containing Resistance members? No, Intern Rem, I do believe that these Resistance members are on our side of containing said council, and so I would assume friend of my friend is my, or friend of my enemy, enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's the combination of words I wanted, dang it. Furthermore, a reminder, the council is a bunch of red hoods or black hoods running around following a crazy YouTuber King Chris who can spawn lightning. It does not refer to the Overseer Council of the SCP Foundation. Do not try to contain the Overseer Council. Nor does it contain the Council of Geeks, which is a different council. There is one council we're trying to contain, not every council. Chill out, one council. The SCP Foundation is nothing except surgically precise. Get the right council members contained, please. Blue Phantom, thank you for gifting 5 memberships, and then Coolman Fight gifting 10 memberships. Between the 3 of you, including Mamori, we now should have enough members to unlock the next emote. And the difference is, I don't have a Charlie emote because I was not prepared. If someone makes a Charlie emote to the specifications of YouTube, then I will add it. Now, YouTube Analytics, when are you going to refresh so that I can do it? Because, reminder, I do have 30 other emote... Oh, son of a gun. It lied to us. It lied to us. I was afraid of that. Site 42 staff, I am very disappointed to tell you that YouTube lied to us. What has happened is, right now we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 emojis. And previously, it said to get 21 emojis, you need 12 more members. But what's happened is we actually fell below how many memberships we needed in the first place because our membership numbers have going lower since gift memberships expired. And so, the gift members we have will last a month unless they decide to re-up on their own. But now it's telling me it wants 46 more members. YouTube, you bastard. You should have said that in the first place. Site 42 chat, I am apologizing on behalf of fucking YouTube for lying to us on this day. It said we needed 12 to get to 21 emojis. Now it's saying we need 46. This is a very frustrating situation YouTube has put us all in. How many away are we total? It says 46. That is the only thing it's telling me. And so that's all I have to go on and believe. 46 more members and I send the donut link. Oh, Jesus Christ. Specifically, Bread Jesus, since that's an adjacent to donuts Jesus to be calling out to this time. SCP-3305. Council member Scoob Gaming, you say hello, Site 42, you cannot contain us all? Oh, I bet we can. We have a lot of facilities. I bet we can. Mamori, thank you for gifting another membership, leaving 45 remaining to see if YouTube's not lying to us again. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say, this is complete bullshit. I agree with you wholeheartedly. YouTube really needs to get that fixed so it doesn't lie to us in the future. Blue Phantom, thank you for your first super of today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Twinkie Wiener sandwich on your way past the commissary. Still think Charlie's Halloween costume should be a Mobile Task Force captain in the future. Agent of Interest 42 Charlie Mobile Task Force plush. You know, you've got some good ideas here. Now, Charlie does have an adorable jack-o'-lantern sweater that she's been wearing around site. And so that does double as a Halloween costume in fact. But getting some puppy Mobile Task Force agent gear does sound dope as hell. Oh, Council Member Yo Zero, thank you for coming directly to the SCP Foundation to turn yourself in for containment. We appreciate you making our jobs easier. A Charlie plush would be adorable. I agree wholeheartedly, especially with the tack gear. In fact, we could make the puppy plush with the tack gear, and then I can cheat by having them send me one more tack gear extra so I could use that for the Puppy of Interest costume, because she's a small bean. Site 42 stat, by the way, there are 19 minutes remaining in stream. 19 minutes. How will you capture all of us? Councilmember Yo Zero, we are a worldwide secretive organization with cells in every country. We cover the world with our secure, contain, protect protocols. We have many an agent on hand. Mobile task forces with vast swaths of armaments. It will be easy peasy lemon squeezy, as they say. What if I didn't live on Earth? Intern Bidoof, the SCP Foundation has a vast space organization. A competent space force, you might say. Can't imagine the UIU of the FBI having such a thing. Hashtag UI useless. Can someone remind me the number of yet another murder monster? Intern Hupo, you are thinking of SCP-5031. 5031. Hey, Dr. Sherman, could we have a full stream with Charlie, please? Intern Ashenbrenner, what do you mean by a full stream with Charlie? I can't hold her the whole time. That would be mean. She has to run free. A energetic child. Intern Supreme Commander, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a blueberry muffin on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, the Council isn't happy the SCP Foundation is trying to contain them. Plus one target they're going after is Mr. Beast, not good. Is there videos about this? People seem to be talking about this as if it's a thing. Should I be worried that we become a actual target of some sort? You've got me curious. I'm very interested in such a fact, if true. The Council, YouTube, SCP, unmasking the O5 count. So yes, if I try to look for that, all I get is the O5 Council, because we have a council in the SCP Foundation. So if you have any intel on that, please share it my way when you can. To be honest, the Council is just a meme. Well, Councilmember Yo Zero, the SCP Foundation has an entire memetics division. Containing memes is kind of our thing. Dr. Sherman, I have an idea for an SCP. It's basically a computer virus that takes over the setup completely and uses parts of the computer as body parts. Intern Combined, that could be interesting. That could, in fact, be interesting. Now, I do know the Artificial Intelligence Applications Division has a storyline that I read on stream with the authors of that series. And it did involve a alien AI that started using computer accoutrement as part of its systems. I don't remember if it actually brought the machines to life. You'd have to look into that. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say, I feel like that's kind of bullshit that you have a whole space organization. Then you need to contain Troll Edge next. Well, A, I don't care how you feel about it. The SCP Foundation has a space force. We have high interstellar capabilities. You can look on the SCP database. There is a lot of SCP Foundation in space! And then, as I said, Troll Edge, that is narrative bending entity. So the pataphysics department handles that. That's not even space. The pataphysics department handles that. Layers of fiction. Be more real than what you're trying to contain, so what you're containing is just a story. That way you don't have to worry about it. I like how the auto-translate makes intern Skylar's message of hi, Sherm to, hey, shame. I was like, shame for what? What are we ashamed of? Dr. Sherman, this is just a thought, but if we help the Sarkics enact Ion's return, they can totally help us destroy the Council. Okay, that's going a little too far with enemy and my enemy is my friend right there. That's a little too far. Is there a picture you want to change our PFP to so the Council can tell us apart from citizens? Oh, if you want to put yourself as an SCP logo for your profile pic while fighting the Council, that just makes you look more official. So yes, go right ahead. Intern Josiek, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Please grab yourself a platter of deviled eggs on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, we soldiers have successfully raided 12 council bases and have captured multiple members. However, elite members are still at large. Well, yes, the big fish are normally harder to find and contain, but just like battling with the Chaos Insurgency and their guerrilla tactics, we continue our pursuit doggedly, and we will secure, contain, and protect the situation. What happened to the SCP Containment Breach live action stuff? I haven't heard of it in a while. Intern Skelly. Unfortunately, Keter Labs' SCP Containment Breach the movie did not reach its Kickstarter goal. And so right now they are in a pivot trying to figure out how to fund the project without crowdfunding. So we are waiting for more updates on that. What color is the 42 in Site-42 symbol? Typically, we use a mint green as the Site-42 colors. So I guess if you wanted to use a mint green SCP logo, that could be useful. You could also steal the Site-42 icon if you wanted to. Intern Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again. By the way, is there any other entities that compare or defeat the Scarlet King? And also, do you think Troll Edge is strong in some cases? So, the Scarlet King in SCP Foundation lore is the big bad. In the storyline where the Scarlet King was defeated in battle, it took 7 very powerful entities with 7 magic spears that were specifically made to kill the Scarlet King in order to do so. So, the entities that compare at the highest level too close, I believe the Scarlet King is scared of the brother's death, and that would be one. That would be the only thing that's kind of on its level. The concept of death itself, essentially. Intern Redleaf, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a crust sandwich on your way past the commissary. Either ask the Church of the Broken God to bring back McCain or destroy the fake council, or get SCP-5514 the Dragon Slayer to destroy major areas. Now, reminder, we're containing the council to maintain normalcy. If we go whole hog and summon an ancient god that will cause destruction, or run a Jaeger through a public place, then we're going to have to do a whole lot of amnesticizing to get people to forget that happened. We are a clandestine organization. Our containment efforts have to remain secret for our goals to be met. Oh, well, that sucks. Also, I heard of an analog horror type SCP movie. Is that true? I don't know of an analog horror type SCP movie, Intern Skelly. You'll have to give me some intel about that if you find anything. Council Member Dia, no one here is going to join your silly council. In fact, the SCP Foundation here is to contain all of your anomalous asses. So get in the box. Anomalous Skelly, are you by chance talking about the VHS SCP movie? Which is not quite analog horror, it's more of a found footage thing. Is that what you're talking about? Intern Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say. By the way, if the guys who had the story for you know Troll Edge, will they be able to defeat any entity technically if it comes to the real world? If the guys who had the story for you know Troll Edge, will they be able to defeat any entity Intern Sigma Ohio, I'm sorry, I just kind of don't understand what you're saying here. Who are the guys who had the story for me? And do they know Troll Edge? Who are those guys? That's what I'm missing here. DJ, thank you for sending a 100 to the chat. I'm sure they will keep it 100 at your urging. Oh my, look at the time. We are currently approximately 7 minutes from the end of stream, by the way. 7 minutes remaining. Just research the file on the Dragon Slayer. That is just a Jaeger. Well, Intern Rem, it is not just a Jaeger. It is also retrofitted with a lot of anomalous tech farmed from ourselves, the SCP Foundation, along with the Global Occult Coalition and the High Brazil organization. So, it is not just a Jaeger. It is an anomalous AF Jaeger. Pretty dope technology. Dr. Sherman, is there an anomalous planet? Can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure there is. SCP Anomalous Planet. Uh, 3003 is an anomalous planet. 4774 is an anomalous planet. And 4547 is a anomalous... no, that's just a planet with anomalies on it. So 3003, 4774, and you might count 4547. Intern Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to clarify. I forget what it's called, but like the thing that could defeat Troll Edge. The guys from SCP, so if they control the story and it comes to the real world, then they wouldn't be able to defeat any entity. So, okay, I see what you're saying now. It's not the people who had the story for... Yeah, okay, yeah. What you're talking about is called the Pataphysics Department. P-A-T-A Physics. Pataphysics is the study and use of narrative levels to contain anomalies that are narratively anomalous. So, some entities can come out of stories and get you. We gotta put them back in the stories. Our authors on the higher pataphysical narrative level above us control us. Unless we can send a cognitohazard that makes them brain dead so they stop fucking with us. And so, the pataphysics study is the use of narrative levels, and since your troll edge deals in changing stories, reality, that would be who would deal with it. And yes, the trickiness of pataphysics is that feasibly, if you could get up high enough in levels, you could make anything below you fiction and then end it. But there's still a lot of research to be done in the field of pataphysics to make it viable for every entity. Remember, the SCP Foundation is not God tier, can defeat anything. There's plenty of end of the worlds where we failed to stop them. There's plenty of anomalies we just can't contain because we don't have the research or knowledge. So we have a hand in pataphysics, but it's not as if we are God tier, can do anything we want. Anomalous Skelly, we are 3 minutes from the end of stream. You have 3 minutes to get your last minute questions in. Or I guess your last 3 minute questions. Intern Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to ask. But if you theoretically had this, I think it would help a lot that in most cases you can become multiverse to pretty much anything honestly. Well, yes, that is why we would have to utilize the pataphysics, because multiversal is horizontal. You can have bunch of multiverse, but think of it like this. The Avengers went to the multiverse, but they're still a fictional movie. They're not on our pataphysical narrative level. So even though the Avengers went through the multiverse, they didn't come to our universe. Now, She-Hulk, on the other hand, She-Hulk jumped out of the Disney Plus and talked to the director of the movie, of the show, in our world. So technically speaking, She-Hulk is more real than the rest of the Avengers, because She-Hulk can jump pataphysical narrative levels vertically, whereas the Avengers can only jump multiversally. That is that meta-awareness and metagaming that makes things crazy. Dr. Sherman, are you happy with me? I've been containing all the council members I see telling others to join. Intern Pineapple, that is a great thing. I appreciate your hard work. We will contain those council members. We will maintain normalcy. We will secure, contain, and protect. This is giving me a headache. Oh, Mamori, I was watching the second Austin Powers movie the other night. Okay, but what if I go back in time and see myself and stop myself from losing my mojo, even though I went back in time to stop me from losing my mojo? Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. Why don't you just not worry about it so much, Austin, and have a good time? And that applies to you too. Yes, don't think about it that much. Intern Chevalier, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some mead on your way past the commissary. Yeah, but for the pataphysics, how does the world exist outside the story? It wasn't written, so not the entirety of the world is written? Well, on the higher level above us, you would expect that they too have authors, and their world is written by the one above them. And so, it's basically the simulation is making a simulation, is making a simulation, is making a simulation. It'd be very interesting to see if there's a hypothetical top level, or as Marvel calls it, a one above all, but we haven't found that yet. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say. Also, so if you were to theoretically have him then, would he be a vital part of the Foundation like you use him to contain entities if he came to the real world once you made the story? Now, do remember, if you're at the SCP Foundation, especially here at Site-42, all anomalies, including Troll Edge, they are its. Not he's, not she's. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols. We treat anomalies like objects, not people. Dehumanizing means we reduce empathy, which means we reduce people trying to free them. So yes, it's an it. Please keep track of that. Secondly, if we wanted to utilize it in the containment of other anomalies, therefore making it a thaumial object, we would need to make sure that it was loyal to the Foundation. It could be used reliably. If it tries to flee or do things that we don't want, then maybe we can't utilize it. Captain Gilbert, thank you for your 7 months as a Mobile Task Force Captain here at Site-42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Hey, Dr. Sherman, how you doing? Have you heard about the recent news in Indiana? And to add on to this, there is an omniverse. The multiverse is infinite. There are an omniverse. The multiverse is infinite. Okay, good to know. Our multiversal theories at the SCP Foundation are always growing in knowledge and study. And I have heard about Gary, Indiana, if that's what you're talking about. Oh no. Keep the government out of my affairs. Now the corporations don't let you have power for weeks on end. And they're doing it to a predominantly African-American town. Color me shocked that the governments and the corporations are failing us in this way. And that's why you enlist a secretive fascist organization to do the job. Obviously, that will work better. The world is a mess, and I just need to rule it. It's the whole state. Captain Gilbert, you can't be telling me that the whole state is without power. I thought it was just one town. What? Wait, the Foundation is fascist? I mean, intern Cricket, if you look at the way we handle things, I mean, just the D class alone. We're pretty fascist. And hopefully, our authors on the pataphysical narrative level above us realize that the Foundation is not always the good guys, and that there are better ways to do things. And that art has a message very often. Zelliard, thank you for your 9 months as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service. Agents have been hard at work against the Council. Hell yeah, that's what we like to hear. Sir, will you support or possibly join the Resistance? Intern Wandera, we don't have to join the Resistance, but arm in arm we will contain the Council. The enemy of my enemy is my friend after all. So once we put this Council down, then it's up to the Resistance if they're going to cause us to need to contain them too or not. But remember, when it comes to a fight between fascists and anti-fascist, side with the anti-fascist. Worry about them after the fascists are gone. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again, even though we are in overtime and I need to get to work. Jeez. Troll Ledge, or would it technically be loyal if he made the story it's loyal, because it listens to the author no matter what, basically he listened. Well then, if we can usurp the author into our cause, then that would be a useful anomaly. Okay. You know, weird. Most pataphysical entities like that rebel against their authors, but not this one? Good for us. Alright, Site-42 staff, we are at the end of stream in overtime, and as we do at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. It's a tradition around these streams. But I'm not going to tell you that my favorites are the ones I wrote. That would be sheer narcissism. We won't do that. But if you want to read my SCPs, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site-42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can read the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects to. And while you're on my author page, one tab over, you'll find a list of links. Links that people often ask about in the chat, but then when I give them this big, blatant hint where the links are, they just don't seem to get it. It's so sad they can't put 2 and 2 together, but you're very clever, Containment Hazard Assessment Team. You'll find those links. You can put 2 and 2 together. I believe in you. And when you find those links, you'll also have the option to become a Site-42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat to donate to us one at a time. Either way, direct donations are the quickest way to help out Site-42's staff. That's myself, Agent Goose, Desk, our editor, Synth, the Discord moderators, and the pets of interest, of course. And so we greatly appreciate you helping us keep the lights on, as well as funding our future field missions and projects. And if you're part of the Broke Gang and you cannot donate, do not fret, because you can donate your effort as a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make memes, shitposts, edits, out-of-context compilations, etc., you are helping to grow us in the algorithm, get us seen by more people, which gets us more support both by more members of Mobile Task Force Psi-42 coding the Signal Boosters and people who have the money to donate. That's a team effort right there. And don't do it just for Site-42, do it for the projects we support, like the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, the SCP filmmakers like Dark Math Films, Kickstarter starting next week. Dark Math Films is making episode 2 of their live-action SCP series. We need to support that. Also, SCP game devs, animators, merch makers, podcasters. We thank you for your service in whatever way you serve. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on the last one. It's a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043, content warning not so to read. So, Site-42 staff, oh wait a minute, last minute donation. Sigma, Ohio, thank you for donating again to say. By the way, technically Troll Edge is multiple entities, but they're all controlled by their authors, so it really depends on if they want to join you. Or if the authors want to join us. If we can go around the entities to the authors, hey, if we can get the authors as members of the SCP Foundation, then we're in the clear, baby. So, Site-42 staff, this has been another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. 100 stars. Thank you for sending a star to the chat to make them a 1-star team at the last minute. I hope you all had fun. I hope you learned something in this briefing. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. We'll see you in the next video or stream. Man gave names to all the animals in the beginning. In the beginning. Man gave names to all the animals in the beginning. A long time ago. He saw an animal that liked to growl. Big furry paws and he liked to howl. Great big furry back and furry hair. Ooh, I think I'll call it a bear. The credit song is Man Gave Names to All the Animals by Jason Mraz. Also, here's another animal with growling, furry back and furry hair. Hello, puppy of interest. Good to see you one more time before the stream ends. Be safe, be well, Site-42 staff. And as always, secure,